Now is the audibility absolutely fine, guys? Am I audible to each one of you? Is the audibility absolutely fine?
Now is the audibility absolutely fine, guys?
Great.
Am I audible to each one of you?
Yes, I can see that the audibility is absolutely fine, especially in RBS search channel. And let me check the Kreatryx channel as well now. Right, KRE. So I guess the audibility is absolutely fine on both the channels. Absolutely fine. Great. So I think the audibility is absolutely fine both the channels, right? Great. Let's start then. I think the audibility is absolutely fine on both the channels. So I think we should start today's session. Great. I am audible. Absolutely correct. I think the audibility is absolutely fine. So let's start today's session. As I promised you earlier, to all those people, I'm just letting you know this. To all the people who are attending this session for the very first time, I have promised on day first that I'll be taking 9 sessions. Sorry, I'll be taking 18 sessions panned out on 9 days. 9 days, I'll be taking 2 sessions, first 8 in the morning and 10 in the evening, late evening of course. So one single day I'll be taking 2 sessions. The duration of the session would be from 90 minutes to 120 minutes. And thus, there will be total 18 sessions from 30 to 36 hours. In this, we'll be covering the entire aptitude segment, which is relevant and important to GATE 2021 students. Even if any student hasn't had yet started aptitude, mark my words, whatever I teach, if you guys make notes of that, this is my promise to you, you can score very good marks. And if you have slightest of the ideas, and if you, even in that case, you need to write every single thing, whatever I say to you. If you do that, you can score really very good marks. In fact, more than 12 or 13 plus. Might be possible 12 15 as well. So in the morning at 8, I take quant and graph, and late in the evening, I take verbal and reasoning. Other than this, I have already planned few extra sessions as well. For example, yesterday at 8 in the evening, India time of course, I have taken vocabulary, and today just after this class, that is at 12 in the 12 afternoon, I'll be taking permutation combination probability. That will be another special class, right? So you can let me know, other than these topics, if you face any problem in any specific topic or any specific subject or any specific segment, you can always let me know, and I'll take special class on that particular topic, so that won't be a problem, right? Fine. I want you people to write down in the comment box, courage is a daily decision. I want each one of you to write it in the comment box, courage is a daily decision. Not just from exams perspective, in real life as well. Every time when you feel down and out, every time when you feel you are reacting to life, I personally believe that let life touch you. Instead of reacting to life, respond to life. Sir, what is the difference between reacting to life and responding to life is? When you react to life, you are not in charge. But when you respond to life, you are in charge of your life. You take decisions proactively. So courage is a daily decision. And the second statement, Jeff Bezos once said, when he just started his organization, he said to his teammates, fail, but fail quickly. Fail, but fail quickly. It means, even if you feel as if you are running short of resources, even if you feel you are at this point of time, you're not good enough, start, and gradually you'll see, even before others could able to start, you can already have a knack of the topic, or you can actually develop enough confidence or competency on the very same topic. So fail, I personally believe failure is highly exaggerated. Unless and until I take decision, how would I know my capabilities? How would I know my mental? So fail, but fail quickly. Shall we start today's session? Shall we start today's session? Absolutely correct. In this session, yes, we will going to cover spatial as well. In today's session, I will be covering topics from different segments. So make sure you jot every single point carefully. Let's start with the first one. The very first point is a very basic point from percentage, right? The very first point is a very basic point from percentage. Listen to this very carefully. What is the meaning of percentage? Per 100, of course. So sir, it means when we write X percent, what we actually mean? We mean X upon 100. Listen to this very carefully. When we write X percent of Y, when we write X percent of Y, we can write it like this: X by 100 into Y. Basically, it is XY upon 100. So this is actually a very basic point. I know this is, yeah, absolutely. I know that you already know all these things. Just let me connect all these points. X percent of Y. What this X percent stands for? X by 100. There is no prerequisite for today's class. There is no prerequisite. In any of my class, there is no prerequisite. It means even you have started this topic for the very first time, that's absolutely fine. There's no problem with that. X percent, it means X by 100 and this is Y. So XY upon 100. Great. What do you think if I write a Y percent of X? What would this be? If I write Y percent of X, this is Y by 100 into X. What does that mean? It means YX upon 100. Sir, I have a very small, it might be possible, very naive doubt, but yeah, I do have. What is that? Sir, when you've written X percent of Y and Y percent of X, yeah, after that, the outcome is XY by 100, XY by 100. Are these two things same? Of course they are same. Of course they are same. It means if I add these two things, it's totally up to us what we want to write. That is 2 upon 100 XY. So what is that we can write? X 2% of XY. Absolutely. X percent of 2Y. This is also true. Y percent of 2X. Y percent of 2X. Absolutely fine. That's not a problem. 2 by 100 is basically 2%. 2% of XY. X percent of 2Y. Y percent of 2X. Everything is fine. In the year 2016, this question came in your exam. What was the question? I'm sorry. What was the question? The question was this: X percent of Y plus Y percent of X is equals to what? And this is the option they have given. I want people to mark the answer. This was the option they have. This was asked in the year 2016. In the year 2016, this is what they have asked. And the kind of options they have given was A, 2% of XY. This was the first option they have given. Second, 2% of XY by 100. I want people to mark your answers. This is exactly the very same answer what they've given. I'm taking exactly the very same option. I'm not changing these options. So this is XY percent of 100. In your GATE exam, there are 4 options, right? And this is 100% of XY. I want people to mark your answers. A, B, C, D. What is the correct answer? This question was asked in your exam in GATE 2016. Go ahead, mark the answer, please. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. This actually means 2 times of this entire thing. That is 2 upon 100 into XY. That is 2% of XY. This is not a bad idea. This is not at all a bad idea. So shall we write a small note as well? Sir, what kind of note? Let's write a small note. You know what? This particular pattern is very common in exams like bank, railway, SSC, Air Force, right? x% of y is equals to y% of x. This is the first point I want you people to write. And sir, any other point? Yes, there's one more point. Listen to this carefully. X% of y% of a. I'm writing this 2x% of y% of a by 2, okay, is equals to 2x% of 2y% of a by 4. What do you think? If you think this is correct, write y in the comment box. That means yes. If you think this is incorrect, write no in the comment box. What do you think? For the second one, what do you think? If this question was already asked in the year 2016, this automatically becomes important for a GATE exam. What do you think? If you think the second statement is correct, write yes. Write y for yes. And for the second, if you think if it is incorrect, write no means n for the yes. Sir, I cannot able to understand whether this is correct or incorrect. Let's take an example. Let us suppose this x is equals to 10. So this basically pans out to be 10% of 20. And let's take y equal to 20. I'm taking an example. Let's take y a equals to 100. Right? I've taken x as 10, y as 20 and a as 100. I'm not going very fast. I want to be able to jot every single piece of information. Mark my words, this will be really helpful to you guys, right? If you feel as if I'm going too fast, you can always let me know. Right. So x%, it means 10% of 20% of 100. So what is 20% of 100? Of course 20. What is 10% of 20? It is 2. Great. Let's move on to this. If I've taken x as 10, so what this 2x is, this is 20%. If I've taken y as 20%, so this is 20%. If I have taken a as 100, just an example, so a by 2 would be 50. 20% of 50, okay, this is 10, and 20% of 10 is once again 2, so this is also correct. This is also correct, man, absolutely fine. Let's move on to the last one. I've taken x as 10, so this would be 20%. I've taken y as 20, so this would be 40%. I have taken a as 100, so this would be 25. So 40% of 25, that is 10. 20% of 10, this is 2. This is absolutely correct. And I want the people to write this. This is very important for a GATE exam. Is everybody fine? Is everybody fine with all these things? Is everybody absolutely crystal clear with all these things? Is everybody fine? Right? Is it clear, everybody? Great, well done. Nice. So from my side, these 2 points are important. Although they've asked the first question in the year 2016, the second question is yet to be asked, right? If we are discussing about percentage, let's take one more example. What kind of example? Like this. There is something called successive percentage change. There is something called successive percentage change. There is something called successive percentage. I'm not a very strong believer, it means I'm not very strong follower of successive percentage change. I will let you know how I used to do. I used to do. But before that, I really want to explain you this very small point. Right? Don't worry about it. But even before that, let's take a very basic ABCD level example. Let us suppose you have got 100 rupees. Because you have been studying so hard for your exam, when your dad saw this, he said fabulous. Because as you have been consistent throughout, let me increase 20% of the amount of money you have. So now you have 100 plus 20, that is 120 rupees. You have 120 rupees. 120 rupees. When your mother saw this, she said to you, because you have been working so hard, let me increase the money, the amount of money you have. She has given, your dad has given you an incentive, your mother is doing the very same thing. 30%. So earlier you had 120 rupees. Now you've got 30% more. That is 36 rupees. So this is very preliminary ABCD level point. Right? Very basic point. Great. What this successive percentage is? This successive percentage change tells us that instead of taking two percentage changes, increment or decrement separately, what you can do, you can consider those percentage changes like this. If there is an increment or decrement of A% followed by another change of B%, it is as good as one single change of A plus B plus AB upon 100 this much percentage. In case of increment or decrement, the only difference is when there is an increment, you need to add positive. When there is decrement, you need to add negative. That's it. Listen to this very carefully. That's great. It means that if there is an increment of 20%, so I'm supposed to write 20. If there is an increment of 30%, I'm supposed to write 30. Okay. This is 20 into 30. Okay. This is 20 into 30 divided by 100. So what is 20 plus 30? This is 50 plus 6 is 56%. What is the meaning of this? Although I'm not very strong admirer of this, just want to let you know how this percentage, how the successive percentage change looks like, right? So instead of increasing by 10-20%, then followed by a successive percentage increment of 30%, what we can do? We can directly increase this 100 by 20 plus 30 plus 20 into 30 divided by 10, 100, that is 56%. If you increase 56%, that is, if you add 56 to this, you will straight away get this 156. That's fine. But sir, you said one more thing. What's that? You said you're not that strong, admirer of successive percentage change. Why is that so? Because of this reason. When there are two percentages, it is absolutely fine. But what happens when there are three percentages? 10%, 20%, 30%. So it's very simple. Solve the first two percentage and then the last one. What will happen if there are four percentages? Sir, solve the first two and then the next two and then the out. If you keep on doing this, we will be doing this forever. So what do you want? Listen to this very, very carefully. Whatever I'm about to say is important for your graphs as well, DI as well. Listen to this. If I have 1 rupee and if there is an increment of 10%, if there is an increment of 10%, it means now I have 1 rupee plus 0.1, that is 1.1. But what is the learning in this? It means that if we say that there is an increment of 10%, so 1 automatically gets converted to 1.1. We can directly write it 1.1. Sir, you mean to say that you are saying that we should directly write it like this? Of course. If there is an increment of 10%, we are supposed to write it like this. If there is an increment of 20%, we are supposed to write it like this. If there is an increment of 30%, let's write it like this. If there is an increment of 35%, let us write it like this. That's not a bad idea. If there is a decrement of 10%, what is the final value? This is how we, not just in your exam, even if you read finance, financial engineering, those kind of subject, accounting and all those things, or even stock market as well, even the kind of investment your father have made. When you ask your dad, why have you made this kind of investment, he will say to you, after these many years, this will be the amount we're going to get. That is the final amount. People are more concerned about the final amount. Sir, you mean to say that when there is an increment of 10%, and in fact, let's take 4 cases. Let us suppose if there is an increment of 10% followed by another increment of 20%. There is an increment of 10% followed by a decrement of 20%. There is a decrement of 10% and then there is an increment of 20%. And finally, there is a decrement of 10% followed by another decrement of 20%. What is the resultant outcome? Now, listen to this very carefully. If there is an increment of 10%, what actually it becomes? What is the final number? You're going to get 1.1. When there's an increment of 20%, this is 1.2. 12 into 11, 132. So we can clearly see there is an increment of 32%. Final value minus initial value upon initial value into 100. That is how we find percentage change. So you mean to say that this is equals to 1.1 Because there is a decrement of 20%, I should write 0.8. Absolutely. 11 into 8 is 0.88. That is, there is a decrement of 12%. Is it fine, everybody? When there's a decrement of 10%, we are supposed to write 0.9. When there is an increment of 20%, we are supposed to write 1.2. 12 into 9 is 108. So this is 1.08. Here we can clearly see there is an increment of 8%. Is it clear, everybody? Because there is a decrement of 10%, we can write it like this 0.9. Because there is a decrement of 20%, we can write it like this 0.8. We can write it like this. What is 8 into 9? 8 into 9 is 72. So this is 0.72. See, 0.72 is not important. All the meaning of this, there is an increment of 32%. This means there is an increment of 32%. This means there is a decrement less than 1. There is a decrement of 12%. This means there is an increment of 8%. This means there is a decrement of 28%. Is it clear to each and every one of you? Is it clear to each and every one of you? Is it fine, everybody? Is it clear to each and every one of you? Is it fine? Is it clear? Great, well done. Is it clear to each and every one of you? Is it fine? Well done. Great. Is it fine, everybody? Great. Absolutely. Nice. Right? I think it is clear. Sir, but why are you recommending this? Because of this. Let's see this. If there is an increment of 10% followed by another increment of 10% followed by another increment of 10%. There is an increment of 10% followed by another increment of 10% and then another increment of 10%. What is the meaning of this? What is the meaning of this? This is 1.1. This is 1.1. Then furthermore, this is 1.1. Overall, this is 1.331. That is, we can see that there is an increment of 33.1%. Is it clear to each and every one of you? Is it fine, everybody? Is it clear to each and every one of you? Is it fine? So you mean to say that if there would have been a decrement of 10%, there is another decrement of 10% followed by another decrement of 10%, in that case we would have written it like this: 0.9 into 0.9 into 0.9, that is 729. That is, overall there is a decrement of 27.1%. Is it clear to each and every one of you? Is it fine, everybody? Is it fine? Is it clear to each and every one of you? Shall I ask you a question? Is it fine, everybody? I think it is absolutely fine, right? Right? It is absolutely fine, right? Great. It is absolutely fine. If it is absolutely fine, I want you people to find the answer of these two cases. There is an increment of 20% followed by another increment of 20%. What will be the answer in this case? There will be a decrement of 20%, another decrement of 20%. What will be the answer? Other than this, if there is an increment of 30%, then again there is an increment of 30%, and once again there is an increment of 30%. It means if there is an increment of 30%, 30%, 30%, or if there is a decrement of 30%, 30% and 30%. Go ahead, mark the answers, please. Whatever answer is, make it fast, guys. Well done. Well done, absolutely. 44%. Okay. Nice. I want these four answers. This is the first one. This is the second one. Oh, this is the third one. And this is the fourth one. Right? I want all these four answers. Go ahead, make it fast, everybody. Make it fast, guys. Well done. Absolutely. 60%, 44% incremental. Great. Well done. Nice. So there's an increment of 20%. Again, there is an increment of 20%. It means 1.2 square. What is this? 1.2 square. What is the meaning of this? This is 1.44. There is a clear-cut increment of 44%. Those of you who've got the correct answer, well done. Those of you who have got the correct answer, well done. There's a decrement of 20%. Again, there's a decrement of 20%. It means 0.8 square. If this is 0.8 square, it is 0.64. That is, there is a clear-cut decrement of 36%. There is a clear-cut decrement of 36%. There is a clear-cut decrement of 36%. 30%, 30%, 30%. So there's an increment of 30%. So this is 1.3 cube. 13 cube is 2197. So this is 2197. That is, there is an increment of 190 minus 1.7%. In case of any problem, you can subtract 1 so that final value minus initial value. If there is a decrement of 30%, 30%, 30%, that is 0.7 cube. So what is 0.7 cube? 0.7 cube is 0.343. Let me write it over here. It is 0.343. So there is a clear-cut decrement of, what is that? 65.7%. How many of you have got the correct answer for all these 4 questions? How many of you have got the correct answer for all these 4 questions? Is it fine, everybody? So for the very first case, what is the answer that we've written? We have written 44%. For the second case, 36%, 119.7%, and over here, 65.7% decrement. How many of you have got the correct answer for all the 4 questions? Well done. Absolutely. How many of you have got the correct answer for all the 4 questions? Well done. Absolutely correct. Sir, but why are you giving this much importance to this? Let me connect 2 different topics with this. I think now this is pretty easy. Let me connect 2 different things, and both these things are equally important to your exam. The last time in the year 2019, IIT has given a question, and they will going to give you a question based on percentage, right? I always say that aptitude is an add-on subject in your exam. If the bare minimum, whatever I'll be teaching you in these 18 sessions, if you write every single piece of information, the information that you don't write won't help you. We are affected by what we know. So the information will only help you once you have that information, once you could able to reciprocate the information. Otherwise there's no meaning of information. I have written this for two reasons. Let me come to the very first one. Why we are discussing this much? Because of this. Let us suppose I give you a circle. This circle has got a radius small r, right? Each one of us, we know circumference is equals to 2 pi r. We also know that the area of the circle is pi r square. We also know that area of the circle is pi r square. What is the meaning of this? This actually means that circumference is directly proportional to r. This also means that area is directly proportional to r square. Is it fine, everybody? Great. Let us suppose if I take the very first case. What is that? Listen to this. I'll be giving you 2 examples and then I'll be asking you 2 questions. If the radius is increased by 10%, I'm talking about the radius. If the radius is increased by 10%, and second, if the radius is decreased by 10%, what will going to happen to circumference? Because circumference is directly proportional to radius, exactly same thing will happen. That is, circumference will also be increased by 10%. Because it is directly proportional to circumference, it will decrease by 10%. Fabulous. Very basic, very simple point. First, let's understand, and then I'll give you the question which was asked in the year 2019. If there is an increment of 10%, so what is the square? The square would be 1.1 square. So this is 1.21. There is an increment of 21%. I'm sorry. There is an increment of 21%. If there is a decrement of 10%, it means 0.9 square. So this pans out to be 0.81. There is a clear-cut decrement of 19%. Is it clear to each and every one of you? Is it fine, everybody? Is it fine, everybody? Is it fine to each and every one of you? Is it clear to all? Right? Shall I give you a question? Right. Because each one of you have under, this is a very basic question of proportionality. And do remember this proportionality. I've written it in short, proportionality. And do remember this proportionality, although it sounds very basic, but this, I'm going to connect this with two different topics. First one is this, and then there is another one. Do remember this proportionality is very important in your exam. See, the point is, GATE aptitude. In GATE aptitude, you will come across very basic, very naive, very innocuous questions. So even if you have the basic slight test of the idea, you'll make it through. The question I have given to you is this. The question is this. Instead of 10%, if I say, what will going to happen if this is for 20%? If the radius is increased by 20%, what will going to happen? If the radius is decreased by 20%. So what will going to happen to the circumference and what will going to happen to the area? Go ahead. Don't take more than 20 seconds and mark the answer. Don't take more than 20 seconds, please. Within 20 seconds, I think you should mark your answer. I think you don't need more than 20 seconds. Go ahead, please. Sir, will you be taking spatial aptitude? Yes. I will be taking every single piece of thing, whatever is relevant to GATE 2021. Right? I'll be taking that, don't worry. So what are the answers? The answers are 20, 44, 20, 44, 20, great. Nice. I think we should discuss now. So because circumference is directly proportional to radius, that is why there is clear-cut increment of 20%, and here there is a decrement of 20%. There is an increment of 20% and then this decrement of 20%. Because it is directly proportional to r square, and therefore 1.2 square, and this is how this comes out to be 44, and thus there is an increment of 44%. Oh, there's an increment of 44%. And because this is 0.8 square, so this is 0.64. There is a decrement of 36%. How many of you have got the correct answer for all these 4 questions? Your first answer must be this: 20% increment, 20% decrement, 44% increment, and 36% decrement. How many of you have got all 4 correct? Go ahead. How many of you have got all 4 correct? Well done. Absolutely. Absolutely. Right? Very nice. In case instead of circle, if I give you a square, and if I won't help you, I'll directly write small a is the side of the square. This is a square. Can you solve this? If side of the square is increased by what? By this. Increased by 50% and decreased by 50%. Make it fast, guys. What is going to happen to the perimeter and to the area? Go ahead. I want both these answers. You've got 30 seconds, book your answers. 30 seconds, you have to mark your answers. Go ahead. Make it fast, guys. Make it fast. If there is an increment of 50% and if there is a decrement of 50%, what is going to happen to the perimeter as well as area? Make it fast. I want all these 4 answers within 30 seconds. Go ahead. Nice. Well done. So in case of square, perimeter is equals to 4 times a and area is equals to a square. That is, perimeter is directly proportional to a, area is directly proportional to a square. So because perimeter is directly proportional to a and area is directly proportional to a square, let's see this. We can see that because it is directly proportional, there is an increment of 50% and then there is an increment of 50%. Because it is directly proportional to a square, that is why 1.5 square and this is 2.25, 125% increment is there. Because there is, oh sorry, this has to be decrement. There's a decrement. If there is a decrement of 50%, this must be 0.5 square, that is 0.25. So there is a clear-cut decrement of 75. Is it fine to each and every one of you? Is it clear, everybody? Is it clear to each and every one of you? Is it fine? Fine? Great. Now tell me this question. If I draw a cone, I want people to write the volume of a cone. If I draw a right circular cone, first of all, this is called height. In geometry, when you use the word height, it automatically means we are talking about 90 degree. This is height. This is radius. This is slant height. I want people to write down the volume of right circular cone. What is the volume of right circular cone? Anyone? Very good. Absolutely. 1 by 3 pi r square h. This height must be there, not L. This slant height. The volume of the cone is 1 by 3 pi r square h. Now think of this. If I tell you that if radius is increased by 20% and the height is also increased by 20%, what will going to happen to the volume? 1.2 square and furthermore 1.2. Is it fine, everybody? So this would be 1.2 square into 1.2. All in all, this is 1.2 cube. That is 1728, and thus there is an increment of 72.8%. Is it clear to each and every one of you? Is it fine, everybody? Is it clear to each and every one of you? Right? Sir, but what was the question? In the year 2019, IIT had asked this question. In the year 2019, IIT has asked this question. What was the question? The question was, if a radius is increased by 10% and if the height is also increased by 10%, what will happen to the volume? Go ahead, mark the answer. Don't take more than 30 seconds. Don't take more than 30 seconds. I want the people to mark the answer within 30 seconds. Go ahead. I want the people to mark the answer within 30 seconds. Go ahead. I want the people to mark the answer within 30 seconds. Right? Well done. Absolutely correct. So all in all, this is 1.1 square and once again this. So it is 1.331. So there is a clear-cut increment of 33.1%. This question was asked in the year 2019. Similarly, prior to this, that is in the year 2017. In the year 2017, what IIT has asked? In the year 2017, this is what IIT has said. The question, this is what the question IIT has given. If radius of the circle, if this radius of the circle is increased by 50%, and what happens to the height? No change. There is no change in height. Then what will happen to the volume? Then what will happen to the volume? Go ahead, mark your answers. If radius of this right circular cone is increased by 50% and the height remains the same, in that case, what will happen to the volume? Go ahead, make sure you mark your answer. Fantastic, well done. Absolutely. This question was asked in the year 2017, so you can see that they're very basic. These are very, very basic, very fundamental questions. You know, these kind of questions you can expect in your exam as well. So all in all, there is an increment of 50%. It means 1.5 square. That is 2.25. So what is the increment? There is a clear-cut increment of 125. Anybody who's facing any problem, just subtract 1. Final value minus initial value. Initial value, it means 1. From 1, it actually increased up to this, 1.5. Is it fine, everybody? Is it clear to each and every one of you? Is it fine? This question was asked in the year 2017, and prior to this, the question which I've taken was asked in the year 2019. Is it clear to each and every one of you? Is it fine? Great, well done. I think this is absolutely clear, right? But why are we discussing these questions this much? We have started from here, right? This is what we've started. So yeah, but honestly, sir, why are we discussing this much? Now listen to this one. Listen to this. I've invested my money, and then there is an increment of 10%, followed by increment of 20%. If there is an increment of 10% followed by another increment of 20%, that is what CAGR is, compound annual growth rate. That is what CI is. Whatever we have discussed so far is equally valid in case of successive percentage change as well as in case of SICI, simple interest, compound interest. So whatever we have been discussing is basically compound interest, and that is what it is called CAGR, compound annual growth rate. Is it clear to all? Is it absolutely clear to all? Sir, you mean to say that, let us suppose if I have invested on Bitcoin, right? And because of the pandemic, the Bitcoin has lost its worth, and year on year basis it is losing its charm, and it is going down by 10% every year. So 10% in the very first year, then again 10%, followed by again 10%. So by the end of the third year, the amount of money I have invested actually decreased by 27.1%. And if it has increased, the amount of money after 3 years increased by 30. So this is what CI is. This is what compound annual growth rate is. Whatever we have discussed so far is basically CI. Don't worry, I'll be taking a detailed session on this. I'll be taking a few more questions just to give you a basic idea of how this thing looks like, what this thing looks like. So sir, you mean to say that all these things, all these questions are equally valid in CI as well? Yes, absolutely. If you have got 1 rupee and after 1 year there is 20% increment, what is the meaning of this? 1 was the principal amount, and after 1 year you've got 1.2, and after second year your amount further increased to 1.4. That is what CI is. Is it clear to each and every one of you? That is, when we talk about positive compounding, that is what CI is in your exam. When we talk about negative compounding, that is what mixture relegation is. In mixture relegation, we see negative compounding. Is it clear to each and every one of you? Shall we proceed further? Shall we proceed further? Great. Well done. Right? Absolutely perfect. Right? Let's give you a very small, adventurous yet adventurous question. And what is that? What kind of adventurous question I'm talking about? Listen to this. If I have written 50 cube, this question was not asked in your exam. This is my question. 50 cube plus 30 cube plus 20 cube. Okay. Oh, sorry. Yes. 50 cube plus 30 cube plus 20 cube, right? Minus. Okay. 3 times of 50, 30, 20. That's quite a lot. Divided by, okay. Divided by what? Divided by 50 square plus 30 square plus 20 square minus, furthermore, 50 into 30 plus 30 into 20 plus 20 into 50. So what do you think what should be the answer? Although this question was not asked in your exam, but from my side, it's a very important question. Go ahead and mark the answer. Absolutely. Well done. Absolutely correct. From my side, it is very, very important for your exam. Sir, why is it so? Because the very basic formula of a cube plus b cube plus c cube minus 3abc. What is this? This is a plus b plus c. Okay. After that, it is a square plus b square plus C square, which we have written over here, minus AB minus BC minus CA. Oh, that's nice. Why that's nice? Because we have written exactly the same thing over here. This entire thing is written over here. So what is that we are left with? A plus B plus C. What is that? 50 plus 30 plus 20. So this is 50 plus 30 plus 20. So what should be the answer? The answer must be 100. Is it clear to each and every one of you? Is it clear to each and every one of you? Is it fine, everybody? From my side, put up a single star on this. This I feel is important. This I think is important to the in your exam. The kind of question which comes in your exam, this is very, very important. Put up a single star on this, right? Although I'll be taking a question which was not asked in your exam, but yeah, indeed it is important. I personally believe maxima, minima, increasing, decreasing orders, these kind of questions are important. I want you people to arrange this in increasing order. Listen to this. If x is equals to minus 0.5, I have given you a value. Then I want you people to arrange these options, these statements, these numbers which I am writing in increasing order. This is 2 to the power of 1 by x. Second, 1 by x. This is not at all a bad question, right? This is 1 by x square. I need some more space. There's 1 by x square, and then finally there is 2x. I want you people to arrange this in increasing order. Make it fast. Don't take increasing order. Don't take more than 60 seconds. You've got 1 minute. Go ahead. Arrange this in increasing order. Go ahead. Increasing order. Bade se chota. Go ahead. Make it fast, everybody. Well done. These kind of questions are very, very important in your exam. Go ahead. Make it fast, please. Arrange the following in increasing order. What do you think? What is the correct answer? Don't take more than 60 seconds, right? Don't take more than 60 seconds. Well done. What is that you've written? BDCA, DABC. Okay. Always remember that these kind of questions are very, very important. These kind, and not just in your GATE exam. Even if anybody is planning to write GRE, these kind of questions are equally important in GRE as well. Right? Let's discuss this. I personally believe, when these kind of numbers are given, I don't prefer solving it like this. So what do you think, sir? I prefer to solve it like this. Sir, but these two things are same. We know that these two things are same. So 0.5 can be written as 1 by 2. Yeah. So it's minus 1 by 2. So let me write this step by step. I want a nice color this. So this pans out like this. 1 divided by minus half. That's nice. This is 2 to the power of minus 2, which is 1 by 2 square. That is 1 by 4. That is 0.25. This is the first case. Let's move on to the next one. 1 by x. This is 1 divided by minus 1 by 2, which pans out to be minus 2. This is not at all a bad idea. Let's move on to the next one. This is 1 by x square. 1 by minus 1 by 2 square, which is minus 2 square. That is 4. What is the last one? Let's take the last one. This is 2 times of minus half, which is minus 1. Now this is not that big a problem. You can arrange it in an increasing order. So what should be the least one? 0.25, but still it is positive. This minus 2 minus this. So this is the first one. This is the least of all. And then after this, this is the fourth one, second, and then this third, And the greatest of all is this. Is it clear to each and every one of you? Is it fine, everybody? Great, well done. I think it is absolutely perfect. It is absolutely fine, right? Although this question was not asked in your exam, I'm saying that still this is very, very important. This question, okay, fine. This question was asked in CAT. Long back, this was asked in CAT, but it is very, very important to your exam. Is it fine, everybody? Is it clear to all? Whatever we have discussed so far, is it clear to each and every one of you? Is it fine, everybody? Is it clear to each and every one of you? In case if you have any reservations, you can post it in the comment box. Let's take a small point into consideration. What is that? Listen to this very, very carefully. If I have written 1 by 1 into 2 plus 1 by 2 into 3 plus 1 by 3 into 4. Even before starting this question, listen to this. There can be hundreds of different kind of sequence and series. I'm talking about a very specific one. But the one I am about to talk is one of the most important sequence. First, I'll let you know this in detail, and then we'll deduce a very small funda so that this can be solved within 5 seconds. Right? Listen to this. It might be possible you are fan of Ajay Devgan sahab hamare. So, during his young stage, Ajay Devgan sahab used to do these kind of splits. Right? So, this point I say, Mr. Ajay Devgan sahab question. How come? Like this. Just hold these two numbers and split it. Right? We are going through a transition, then I'll tell you, then I'll say the final verdict. Listen to this very, very carefully. We are going through a transition and then I'll let you know the final verdict. So this is 1 by 2 minus 1 by 1 minus 1 by 2. Great. Second, 1 by 2 minus 1 by 3. Fantastic. Then 1 by 3 minus 1 by 4. That is also fine. Once you are done with this kind of splits, check the denominator. This is the second part. Don't worry, we are going through a transition, and then I'll let you know the final verdict. Just split it. Second part. See the denominator. So if we take the LCM 1 into 2, yeah, we'll get it. 2 into 3, yes, we'll get it. 3 into 4, yes, we'll get it. But once we checked it, the third part is check the numerator. Yes, numerator is 1, 1, 1, yeah. But what we saw in this case, minus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2. Minus 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3. So what is that we are left with? We are left with 1 by 1 and minus 1 by 4, and thus the answer pans out like this: 1 by 1 minus 1 by 4, which is 3 by 4. See, but this is not that big a deal. The learning part is important. What is that? This is the learning part. These common numbers get automatically cancelled. 2, 2, 3, 3. So whatever we are left with would be this 1 and this 4. This is not a bad idea. This is not at all a bad idea. You mean to say that, sir, if the question would have been like this: 1 into 2 plus 2 into 3 plus 3 into 4 plus 9 into 10. Sir, you mean to say that in this case we are not supposed to solve the question? No, why you want to solve the question? This is 1 by 1, this is 1 by 10. This is the answer. So the answer would be 9 by 10. Is it clear to each and every one of you? Is it fine, everybody? This is not at all a bad idea. It's a very, very good question. Is it clear to each and every one of you? Well done. Absolutely. Fine. If provided a chance, if I would, let's suppose if I'm making a paper, if I'm selecting questions, so I would have preferred this kind of question. What kind of question? I would have straight away given this question. Which one? 1 by 1 into 2, 2 into 3. I want you people to jot down the answer in the comment box within 5 seconds. Within 5 seconds. And then 99 into 100. Write the answer in within 5 seconds. Straight away write the answer. Go ahead. Just write the answer in 5 seconds. Well done. Absolutely. That's it. What is that we are left with? 1 by 1, 1 by 100. So this is 1 by 1 minus 1 by 100, and the answer would be 99 upon 100. Is it clear to each and every one of you? Put up a double star on this. This is very, very important for the exam. Right? This is very, very important for the exam. This is very, very important for the exam. Is it clear to each and every one of you? Sir, I have understood this. That's great. But I have my doubts, my reservations. Let me take those points. Let us suppose if this question would have been like this. Listen to this very, very carefully. If this question would have been like this. Before my final verdict, let's go back to the split part. What is that? I said, whenever you come across this, just split it. 1 by 1 minus 1 by 3. That's fine. 1 by 3 minus 1 by 5. Before giving my final verdict, let's go back to the basics. Then what I said, once you are done with the splitting of this denominator, check the denominator. Are you getting the denominator? Yes. 1 into 3, yes. 3 into 5, LCM. 5 into 7, yes. Third part, check the numerator. Here in this case, we can say if I take 3 and minus 1, we are left with 2. But here we have got 1. 5, 3, 2. 7, 5, 2. Okay, fine. We have to take this common. Okay. That is how we can able to nullify the 2. But what we saw, minus 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3, minus 1 by 5 plus 1 by 5. Great. So this is 1 by 2, 1 by 1 minus 1 by 7. This is 3 by 7. So sir, what is the final verdict? The final verdict is this. Listen to this very, very carefully. Instead of writing all these things, 1 by 1 into 3, 3 into 5, 5 into 7. What is the difference between these two numbers? 2. 1 by 2. The first number 1 by 1. The last term 1 by 7. That is it. We've got the answer. Is it clear to each and every one of you? Is it fine, everybody? Is it clear to each and every one of you? Is it fine? Is it clear? I think this is absolutely fine, right? I think this is absolutely fine. And if this is fine, I want you people to solve this right now. What is that? 1 by 1 into 3. 3 into 5. 5 into 7. 19 into 21. 10 seconds. I want my answer in 10 seconds. Not one single second more than 10 seconds. Go ahead. I want the answer in 10 seconds. I want the answer in 10 seconds. Absolutely. Well done. So what is that? The difference is the first term. What is the last term? Fabulous. So what is the answer? 10 by 21. Is it clear to each and every one of you? Is it fine, everybody? Most of you have got the answer. No, not 20. Anshu Mishra. It is 10 by 21, not 20 by 21. You forgot this too. I think most of the people have understood this. Is it clear to each and every one of you? Is it fine? You won't believe. There is another way of giving the very same question. Let's see this. See this. I'm giving the very same question. 2 square minus 1. Okay. 4 square minus 1. Okay. 6 square minus 1. Okay. Furthermore, 20 square minus 1. This is exactly the very same question what we've done. Sir, how come? Yaar, this is a square minus b square. What is a square minus b square? A minus b, a plus b. So ultimately, what is this? 2 minus 1 is 1, 2 plus 1 is 3. Similarly, in the next case, 4 minus 1 is 3 and this is 5. But this is a very nice format. Kitna ganda star hai. This is a very nice format. 19 into 21. Is it clear to each and every one of you? Is it clear to each and every one of you? Great. It means that, sir, you are saying that if we are given with this question, 2 square minus 1, 4 square minus 1, 6 square minus 1, and furthermore 100 square minus 1. I want you people to write the answer in next 10 seconds. It might sound very resounding, very demanding, but I want my students to give me answer in next 10 seconds. 10 seconds you have. Go ahead. 10 seconds, guys. 10 seconds, guys. Make it fast. 10 seconds. Make it fast, guys. What is the answer? Great. Well done. Absolutely. Well done. This is what I expect from you guys. Nice. Well done. No, the other one. Well done. So this would actually be 2 minus 1. So this is 2, 3, 3, 5 and so on. Similarly, this would be 99 and 101. So what is that we are left with, man? We are left with 1 by 1 and 1 by 101. So ultimately the difference between these two things, that is half 1 by 1 minus 1 by 101. So the answer pans out to be 50 upon 101. Is it clear to each and every one of you? Is it fine, everybody? What is the answer? 50 by 101. Yes, Ramna Reddy, Bala, IIT, Tarun. Yes, well done. Great. Many of the people have got the correct answer. A few more students. Is it fine, everybody? Is it clear to each and every one of you? Put up a double star on this. Mark my words, put up a double star on this. This is very, very important question. Sir, anything which is important? Yeah. Let me take one more point. There was one very specific question which was asked in the year 2013. But I personally felt that that was actually a very nice question. Even before taking that question, let me give you an example. Let's take a very, very small example. Let's take a very basic example. If it is root over 1 plus root over 2, okay, plus root over 2 plus root over 3 and so on. Let's take this basic example. And if we are asked, find the remainder, find the value of this. Even before starting this, let's take this very basic example and let's understand in very basic form. Root 2 plus root 1, because root 2 is greater than root 1. Even before rationalizing, let's arrange this, let's rearrange this, let's paraphrase this question. So this is root 3 plus root 2. That's great. What will going to happen if I rationalize it? If I rationalize it, let's rationalize it over here. This is root 2 plus root 1. Let's see what actually happens over here. Root 2 minus root 1, root 2 minus root 1. After that, this is root 3 plus root 2. So this is root 3 minus root 2, root 3 minus root 2. But what is the meaning of this? This is what it means. Let's see. Root 2, a square, that is 2. 2 minus 1 is 1. Great. This is root 2 minus root 1. So what we are actually left with? Root 2 minus root 1. Okay. Here in this case, root 3, that is 3. 3 minus 2 is 1. So again, what we are left with? Root 3 minus root 2. But again, what we actually come to know, we actually saw that plus root 2 minus root 2. So this is what we are left with. So the answer would be root 3 minus 1. But what is the learning in this? Listen to this. Next time when we see this question, the common number will get cut. The answer would be root 3 minus this. That's it. Is it fine, everybody? Is it clear to each and every one of you? Sir, you mean to say that if this question would have been like this, 1 upon root 1 plus root 2, this is root 2 plus root 3 and so on. Let's consider this is so on. Root 9 plus root 10. What do you think? What should be the answer? The answer must be root 10 minus root 1, which is 1. Is it clear to each and every one of you? Is it fine, everybody? Yes, root 10 minus 1, right? Root 10 minus 1, root 10 minus 1. Yes, absolutely. That's great, man. So, sir, you mean to say that if this question would have been like this, 1 upon root 1 plus root 2 plus root 2, root 3 and so on, let's suppose, right? And if this goes up to root over 99 plus root over 100, 3 seconds. I want the people to mark the answer in 3 seconds. Don't take more than 3 seconds. I want you guys to give me an answer in 3 seconds. What is the answer? Great, well done. Absolutely. So what is the answer? The answer would be root 10, the root 100, which is 10, minus 1. So the answer is 9. Sir, you said that the similar question was asked in GATE. Yes. The similar question. Exactly what was the question, sir? This was the question. In the year 2013, IIT has given this question. Root over 1 plus root over 2. Root over 2 plus root over 3. Root over 80 plus root over 81. Take 3 seconds and mark the answer. Take 3 seconds and mark the answer. Don't take more than 3 seconds. Go ahead. Don't take anything more than 3 seconds. Well done. Very, very well done. Absolutely perfect. Is it fine, everybody? Is it clear to all? Is it clear to each and every one of you? Nice. So the answer must be root over 81, which is basically 9, minus 1. So 9 minus 1, that is 8. I think this is fair enough. Is it clear to each and every one of you? Is it clear to each and every one of you? Is it fine, everybody? I think this is clear to each and every one of you, right? Once again, I'm taking a question which was not given in your exam, but I felt this is a very nice question. So let me give it to you. The question was this. Actually, it looks nice. That's why. This question was asked in one of the MBA entrance exam. I'm letting you know that this was asked in one of the MBA entrance exam, but it's a very basic question. It's a very basic, it looks so good actually. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, now this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this was the question which was given. This was the question which was given in one of the MBA entrance exams. But I found this question very interesting. So what this question was, I'm using white color for what was given in this question, right? Here they have written y, 4, 5, 2, x. In this particular question, they have mentioned these small boxes, they are basically cells. And they said how to operate in this. The sum of this y plus 4 will be given, can be written over here. 4 plus 5 will be written over here. 5 plus 2 can be written here, this. So we need to add these two cells to get this one. We can add these two cells and get this. We can add these two cells and get. I'm using white color marker for all those things which were given in this question, right? So this is what was given. 5 plus 4 is 9. This is what they have given in this question. Y plus 29. This is what they have given in this question. And finally 68. That is it. So this was the question, and the rule of the game was you need to add these two cells to get this one. You need to add these two cells, and listen to this. They asked a very specific question. 5 plus 4, 9. Although these boxes were vacant, and then finally they have asked this. You need to find the difference. You need to find the difference between x and y. Right? I'm giving you 45 seconds. But I think you are good enough and competent enough to give me an answer of this. 45 seconds, guys. Make it fast. If you want, I can give you options as well. The options are 2. These are the actual options which are given in the exam. 2, 3, 4, 5. Go ahead. 2, 3, 4, 5. Make it fast. What is the answer? Right. 2, 3, 4, 5. I want this answer. 2, 3, 4, 5. These are the options, whatever you want. 4. We'll see to that. Whatever your answer is, we'll see to that. This was the question which was given. I personally like these kind of questions where you have to think. Immediately after this, I'll give you a very basic question. Once again, that's very important. What is the answer? Ultimately, most of you are saying 4. Nisha, Garima, no subscriber. Pratika. Okay. Great. Great. 4. So most of you are saying 4. Let's see this. So 4 plus 5 is 9. Even if you want to make it more adventurous, if you want, you can write it like this. Although it's not required, but just if you want. 5 plus 2 is 7. 2 plus x is this. That's nice. When you add these two numbers, 7 plus 2 is 9 plus x. 9 plus 7 is 16. I think this is fine. You can add these numbers. This equals to this. So ultimately, this is y plus 29, which is equals to 16 plus 9 plus x. Fantastic. So what this pans out? This pans out to be x minus y is equals to 4. But this is such a beautifully well crafted question, isn't it? Such a very beautiful question, man. Very, very nice question. Is it clear? Is it clear to each and every one of you? How many of you have got the correct answer? How many of you have got the correct answer? How many of you have got the correct answer? Great, well done. Absolutely. Nice. Absolutely correct. Well done. So I think most of you have got the correct answer, which is very good to see. Nice. Fine. I said there was one, let me tell this to you. Similarly, in the last class as well, if anyone who has attended the last class, the previous class, the one which I took yesterday, if anyone has been attending all the sessions, and if anyone has documented everything what I've said till date, I think they've got a very good idea of how GATE aptitude looks like. Even in yesterday's session as well, I said words like maxima, minima, they're important. And they're not just important in your exam. Even at national level like CAT, GMAT, GRE, job-oriented exams. In these kind of exams, you will see these kind of questions. You won't believe, in one of the exams, they have given this question. Let us see this question. You've got some coins. You've got 2 paise coins. These are the denominations. You've got 2 paise coins. You've got 5 paise coins, 10 paise coins, 25 paise coins, and 50 paise coins. There's many paise coins. You've got 2 paise coins. Sir, how many coins do we have? That was not given. That's not important. The important is denomination. You've got 2 paise coins, and even if it is not written, even if they have not mentioned the number, in that case too, denomination is important. So if we have 2 paise coins, if we have 5 paise coins, 10, 25 and 50 paise coins. So what was categorically given was this. Find minimum number of coins required to form, this was the question which was given, to form 78 paise and 69 paise and 1 rupee, 1 rupee 1 paise. Is it fine, everybody? 78 paise, 69 paise, 78 paise, 69 paise and 1 rupee 1 paise. Minimum number of coins required to form 78 paise and plus 69 paise plus 1 rupee 1 paise. So this was the question. This was the question, and the options which was given, the option which were given was this: minimum 19 coins are required, or 18 coins are required, or 17 coins are required, or 20 coins are required. Although this particular question is not from your GATE, but still this is This particular question is from some other exam. I won't tell you the name, but this is a very relevant question for a GATE exam. I want the answer. I want the answer from your side in the next 2 minutes. Don't take anything more than 2 minutes. I want the answer within 2 minutes. Go ahead, make it fast, guys. I want the answer within 2 minutes. Great. I want the answer within 2 minutes. Make it fast, everybody. I want the answer within 2 minutes, not more than that, right? Great, well done. Not more than 2 minutes. Absolutely. Go ahead, guys, make it fast. So you've got 2 paise coins, 10 paise coin, 25 paise coin, 50 paise coin, and you want to form 78 paise, 69 paise, and 1.01. Right? Is it fine, everybody? Anyone who's got the answer? $18. Okay. 18. Most of you are saying 18. Okay. Let's see this. I think we should discuss, and I think most of you should answer this. This is a very nice question. These kind of questions are very important, not just in your exam, but even if you appear for engineering services and GRE as well, these kind of questions are actually very, very important. Let's see. Absolutely direct question. 78 paise. How we can form 78 paise? Let's see. 78 paise. To form 78 paise, we need 150 paise coin. Then 10 paise, we need 2 10 paise coins, because if we take 25, that would be 75, and then we cannot form 78, right? So now this is 70, and we need 4 2 paise coins. Now this is 78 paise. But how many coins were used? 4 2 6 1 7. So 7 coins were used. So this is such a direct question. Indeed it is. Absolutely it is. 69. We want to form 69 paise. In this case, we need just 1 coin of 50 paise. Okay. Just 1 coin of 10 paise. Okay. Just 1 coin of 5 paise. Okay. And then 2 coins of 2 paise. We've got our 69 paise. 50, 60, 65, 69. How many coins were used? 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 coins were used. Is everybody fine with this? It's a very nice question. And you won't believe. Chalo, मैं बता ही देता हूँ. This question was asked in CAT. This kind of questions are very common in GMAT as well. And then 1 rupee 1 paise. So 50 paise coin, you just need 150 paise coin. After that, after this 25 paise coins, okay. Okay. Then 20 paise ke 2 coins we need. 50, 75. And then 95, and then we need 3 coins of this 2 paise. Yeah. So overall 3, 5, 6, 7. So number of coins were 7. 7 coins. 7 coins. So 7 plus 7 is 14. 14 plus 5 is 19. So to all those people who were saying 18, this is the correct answer. Is it fine, everybody? Is it clear to all? How many of you got the correct answer? Great. Next. 19. Nice. Absolutely. Right? The basic idea is to form 78 paise, 68 paise, and 1 rupee 1 paise. Very A, B, C, D, very, very basic point. So we took 1 50 paise coin. After that, we have taken 2 10 paise coins. After that, we have taken 4 2 paise coins. So overall 7 coins were required. So overall in this case we needed in this particular case we needed 7 coins, and we formed 78 paise. For 69 paise we need 1 coin of 50 paise, 1 coin of 10 paise, 1 coin of 5 paise, and 2 coins of 2 paise. So overall 5 coins were required. And here in this case, we needed 1 coin of 50 paise, 1 coin of 25 paise, 2 coins of this, and 3. Overall, 7 coins were required. Is it fine to each and every one of you? Is it fine? Put up a double star on this kind of pattern. This kind of pattern is important. Is it fine, everybody? Is it clear to all? Shall I proceed ahead? Is it clear to each and every one of you? Is it clear to each and every one of you? Right? I think this is absolutely perfect. Right? Great. I think this is absolutely clear to each and every one of you. Is it fine, everybody? In the year 2015, when IIT Kanpur made the paper, this was the question they gave. A, comma, CD. You need to find the missing number, right? GHI, okay. Question mark, okay. U, V, W, X, Y. U, V, W, X, Y. Sir, when they gave this question? 2015. Who made the paper? IIT Kanpur. Go ahead, mark the answer. I don't think you need any option. A, C, D, G, H, I, question mark, and after that, U, V, W, X, Y. Absolutely, well done. Sir, shall I consider like this kind of question will be there? Yeah. In your exam, somehow, almost every single time, they are giving these kind of, series based questions. So A, B, C plus 2, D, E, F, G plus 3, I, J, K, L, M, fabulous, M, N, O, P. Sir, why you've taken four alphabets? Because in this case, there was only 1, 2, 3, 4 and then 5. That's it. Absolutely direct, absolutely simple, vanilla flavored question. Is it fine? Is it clear to each and every one of you? Is it fine, everybody? Absolutely correct. Right? Absolutely fine. Great. Well done. A few minutes back, we've discussed about a square minus b square. Right? Let's make things a bit more interesting. How come? Let's take this. Listen to this very, very carefully. Right? And then I'll connect this piece of information with something very important. Let us suppose x square minus y square is equals to 101, where x and y are positive integers. If x square minus y square is equals to 101, listen to this. Yeah. I'll give you a question, don't worry. If x square minus y, I'll connect 2-3 points with this. If x square minus y square is equals to 101, where x and y are positive integers, in this case, we know that it is a square minus b square. And what is a square minus b square? The meaning of this is a minus b, a plus b. Actually, we were discussing about the very same thing a few minutes back. That's why I've taken the question. So this is as good as x minus y, x plus y. What is 101? 1 into 101. 101 is a prime number. It is the first 3-digit prime number. I've told you that x and y are two positive integers, right? What is the meaning of this? X minus y can be written as 1 and x plus y can be written as 101. Fabulous. And if we want to find the value of these things, yeah, we can. We can directly add them. So x is equals to 102 divided by 2, that is 50, 100, just a minute. I should write this as well. So this is 102 divided by 2, that is 51, right? And because of which y is equals to 50. Yes, yeah, I know this. This is pretty easy. Listen to this. I'll connect this with something real good point. Fine. I have understood this, although this was very easy, but yes. Let's take a non-prime number over here as an example. Let's take a non-prime number. Let's take an example. What kind of example? X square minus y square is equals to what? Let's take 343, a perfect cube. But sir, 343 can be written in two different ways. Like what? 1 into 343 and 7 into 49. And if x and y are positive integers, we can actually have two cases. X minus y is equals to 1, x plus y is equals to 343. This can be first case, and at the same time there can be another case. What is that? X minus y is equals to 7 and x plus y is equals to 49. I don't think I should solve beyond this because I think you are good enough to solve this. Shall I consider you are able to solve this? Is it fine, everybody? Sir, but what is that you want to link it with? Just wait, I'll explain this. So we can solve this, right? The idea was just to make you accustomed with a square minus b square. Sir, but what is that you wanted to, associate this particular point with? All of you are from engineering background. And because most of the students who are from RBR search channel, you guys are from computer science or IT, right? You must be aware of Fibonacci series. Sir, but from where Fibonacci came? Listen to this. What happens in a Fibonacci sequence? We need to define the first two terms. Let us suppose in a Fibonacci sequence, the first term is 1, the second term is 1. Listen to this very, very carefully. I've slightly increased the level of difficulty, but you are my student, so I know you are good enough to understand this. Okay? We need to define the first two terms, so I have defined it 1, 1. What is 1 plus 1? 2. What is 1 plus 2? 3. What is 2 plus 3? 5, and so on. 1, 1. So we need to define the first two terms, and after that, 1 plus 1, 2. 2 plus 1, 3. In case of Fibonacci sequence, every third term must be the sum of previous two terms, right? This is what each one of us will know, right? If I put r equals to 1, this would be r3 must be the sum of r2 plus r1. I guess this is absolutely fine. So every third term, r3 plus 2 is this. Yeah, this is true. So what, sir, actually? Let's club both these informations. What kind of informations? Let's take a Fibonacci sequence and let's club this x square minus y square. So in that case, what are we going to get? So listen to this. If it has been mentioned that in a Fibonacci sequence, it has been found that the difference between, listen to this very, very carefully, the difference between square of 7th term and the square of 6th term is equals to 517, and then we are asked find the 10th term of this sequence. This actually is slightly tougher question, but I do believe, because you are my student, I do believe you are in this position to solve this and you can able to understand this. So I will be solving this question, but you can understand this. What I am not recommending, this is what I am not recommending. Intentionally they've used the word Fibonacci. You know why? Because they want people to go right from the first term. If you define the very first term as x, second term as y, so third term would be x plus y, fourth term would be y plus x plus y, and so on. So in that case, here you will be getting a term x plus y, x plus some coefficient y square, x with some coefficient y square, and then it will be a huge term. So how am I supposed to solve it then? Why you want to go right from the beginning? Sir, what does that mean? Listen to this. Let us suppose this 7th term is x. Let us suppose this 6th term itself is y. So we can have x square minus y square is equals to 517. This is exactly the same thing what I have discussed. So what is the meaning of x square minus y square? This is x minus y. This is x plus y. 517, 1147. Okay. This is 11 into 47. This is nice. So this is x minus y is equals to 11. X plus y is equals to 47. Right? If you add these two cases, you're going to get 2x is equals to 58. So x is equals to 29. Because you've got x is equals to 29, and thus because x is equals to 29, y must be equals to 18. That's nice. So the 7th term, because the 7th term was x, now this is 29. The 6th term which was y, that is 18. So what would be the 8th term? The sum of these two things. So 29 minus 18, I've already written 47. What would be the 9th term? The sum of these two things. That is 76. What would be the 10th term? The sum of these two numbers, 123, and we have automatically got the answer. Is it clear to each and every one of you? Put up a double star on this. It's a very, very good question. We have connected x square minus y square to Fibonacci sequence. Is it clear, everybody? Is it clear to each and every one of you? we have connected Fibonacci sequence to a square minus b square. I think it is clear to each and every one of you. Is it fine, everybody? Great. Well done. I think this is absolutely clear. You know what? There is a younger brother of Fibonacci. Just kidding. This is not true. But let's consider. Let's consider a younger brother of Fibonacci. In Fibonacci sequence, this is what we have discussed. Let's bring the younger brother of Fibonacci into consideration, just to spice up a bit. So, just to spice it up, every third term, if this would have been like this, that's interesting. That's really interesting. Do you still remember from where we started? We started from a square minus b square. A square, x square minus y square equal to 101. Then we discussed x square minus y square equal to 343. Then we connected Fibonacci sequence with the same thing. And then we are trying to spice it up a bit. Listen to this very, very carefully. Let us suppose this is given to us. Okay? Okay. And we have been told that the first term is equals to, listen to this, the first term is equals to 2020, whatever the sequence is. The second term is equals to minus 20. Okay, great. So what will happen? Let's see what happens. This is, let me write a smaller number actually. Let me write A for this and I'm writing B for this. Just so that I don't want to write this again and again. Just I've written A and B, that's it, right? So here in this case, if I take R is equals to 1, so this would be T3 is equals to T2 minus T1, and thus we would be getting, we would be getting B minus A. And thus we can clearly see that the third term will become B minus A. Once again, listen to this very, very carefully. If we are told that in a sequence, the general expression has been given to us, and we are told that first term T1, I have taken it as A, is equals to 20. This is what has been given to us. The second term T2, let's suppose it's B, is minus 20. And then there is a generic equation for this. So from here we have deduced that third term is B minus A, right? Okay. So what? Then we are actually asked that if you add first term plus second term plus third term and so on up to 600 second term. Now this is quite a lot. What will be the sum? Let us see. This is the very, very famous pattern of competitive exam. Listen to this very carefully. If we take T4, fourth term, this will be third term minus, third term minus second term. So what was the third term? B minus A. What's the second term? B. Oh, this is equals to minus A. That's nice. If we take the fifth term, what happens? Fourth term minus third term. What is this? Minus A minus B plus A. So this is actually minus B. Okay. When we take the sixth term, what is this? Minus B plus minus A. That is minus times of B minus A. What is that you can clearly see? In this particular question, where we were given a generic equation and we were given with first term and the second term, we can clearly see that here in this case, first term which is A, second term which is B, third term is B minus A, fourth term minus A plus A gets cancelled, fifth term minus B plus B gets cancelled, sixth term minus B minus A gets cancelled. It means we can clearly see that the sum of every 6 terms is equals to 0. if the sum of every 6 terms is equals to 0, we were given the task that we need to find the sum of 600 second term. Because sum of 6 terms equals to 0, what is that we are left with? 20 plus minus 20. So ultimately this is what we are left with, and the answer pans out to be 0. Is it clear to each and every one of you? Is it clear to each and every one of you? Is it fine, everybody? Is it clear to each and every one of you? Is it clear to each and every one of you? Is it fine, everybody? Is it fine? Right? Great. Well done. I do believe this is absolutely clear to each and every one of you. Right? Shall I consider? This is not clear? This is quite easy. The sum of the 6 terms. First term is A, first term is A, second term is B, third term is B minus A. What's the fourth term? Minus A. So the first term and fourth term get cancelled. The second term and fifth term got cancelled. The third term and sixth term got cancelled. So every cluster of 6 terms will get cancelled. So there will be 100 cancellations, like 6, 6, 6, 6. Every 6 terms will get cancelled. Ultimately, what is that will be left with? 600 first and 600 second term. What is 600 first term? This first term. What is 600 second term? This minus 20. So plus 20 minus 20 would be 0. That's it. Very basic point. Is it clear to each and every one of you? Is it fine, everybody? Is it fine, everybody? Is it clear to each and every one of you? Is it fine? All right. I do believe that it is clear to each and every one of you. Shall I level up it slightly? Slightly. If you want, you can level this up slightly, just slightly. Let us suppose if I throw a coin. If I throw a coin, I will be getting a head or a tail. If I throw 2 coins, I would be getting 2 head, tail, tail, head, or tail, tail. If I would be throwing 3 coins, head, 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 or head, head, tail, head, tail, head, tail, head, 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 tail, 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 head, tail. Oh, sorry. Tail, tail, head, and finally tail, tail, tail. Sir, but what is that you want to achieve over here? Listen to this. This is something which is really worthy to remember. Listen to this. In all these cases, if I say there's just 2, here in this case, if I throw only 1 coin, we have got 2 cases, right? When I throw 2 coins, we've got 4 cases. Here I've thrown 3 coins. But if I say how many cases in all these cases, how many cases are there where we don't have 2 consecutive heads? 2 consecutive heads must not come. Let's see. Here, although because only 1 single coin is there, so 2 cases. 2 consecutive heads must not come. Okay, so how many cases are we left with? 3 cases. 2 consecutive heads must not come. This won't come. This won't come. This also won't come. So how many cases are we left with? Here we are left with 5 cases. Listen to this very, very, very carefully. This is worthy remembering. You know what will going to happen? If I throw 4 coins, and if the statement remains the same, when you throw 4 coins, how many cases will be there? Such that we don't have 2 consecutive heads. The total number of cases would be 8. If I throw 5 coins, then total number of cases such that we don't have a consecutive head would be 13. Sir, what is this that you're doing? Because we have already talked about Fibonacci, so let's take one single point into consideration. What is this? Every single time, whenever you are asked about coin, and over there, if you are asked that, if you are throwing 3 coins, 4 coins, whatever that is, the two consecutive heads must not come. You can straight away use Fibonacci sequence. That is brilliant, man. Just think of this. If I'm throwing 4 coins, so the sample space would be 2 to the power of 4. Total number of cases such that two consecutive heads must not come. 2, 3, 2 plus 3, 5, 5 plus 3 is 8. So this is the answer. 8 by 2 to the power of 4, 8 by 16, half. If I throw 5 coins, 2, 3, 2 plus 3, 5, 5 plus 3, 8, 8 plus 5 is 13. So the answer must be 13, 2 to the power of 5. We haven't solved anything. Is it clear to each and every one of you? Slightly tougher question, but this is really worthy remembering. Out of nowhere, we were discussing a square minus b square, man. From a square minus b square, we have discussed one sequence. From a square minus b square, we have understood a minus b, a plus b. From a square minus b square, we've connected to a square minus b square, we've connected Fibonacci sequence. And to the a square minus b square, we've connected Fibonacci sequence to probability. If we throw 5 coins, what is the probability of what? What is the probability of what? When you're throwing 5 coins, the probability that 2 successive heads must not come. This is the answer, 13 by 2 to the power of 5. That is 13 by 32. This is the answer. Close the chapter. Is it clear to each and every one of you? Is it clear to each and every one of you? Is it fine, everybody? Right? I do believe this is absolutely clear to each and every one of you. I want people to write in the comment box, on my good days, I run. And promise yourself, on my good days, I run. And on my bad days, I run harder. I want people to write this in the comment box. On my good days, I run. And on my bad days, I run harder. And I want people to remember this. On my good days, I run. And on my bad days, I run even harder. I want you guys to remember this. Bad days will eventually come. There's no problem. Bad days will be there. Because life is not this even Steven. Life in general is a baggage of pain. Life is in general is unfair. Make your philosophy that on your good days you're going to run, and on your bad days you will run even harder. That is something which is required. And that kind of resilience is required. Is it fine, everybody? Is it clear to each and every one of you? So, is it clear to each and every one of you? Great. Right. I do believe it is clear to each and every one of you. And because, yeah, so this is what our third session was. If you want, you can install the Unacademy app. You can subscribe to Iconic and Plus subscription. Very soon I'll be bringing Plus courses in probably by this month or the beginning of next month. So all those students who are planning to appear in the GATE 2022 or any other exam, I'll be there. If you want to avail any other benefit using my code, you can always use you can always use ST26. I'm sorry for this. You can always use ST26 for this. You can always use ST26 for this. In Plus and Iconic, in both these cases, you will see the phenomenal competition going on. Many tests, many quizzes, many different stuffs are there. In case of Iconic subscription, you will get a mentor as well. And very soon I'll be there on Plus, and very soon I'll be there on platform with my special classes as well. As I said, for any kind of subscription, if you want, you can use this. To avail the benefit, if you want, you can use this ST26 and you can straight away get 10% off. Shall I close today's class? Let me know how many of you have attended every single session till date. Just let me know how many of you have attended every single session till date, whatever I have taken. Every single session. It means 3 quant sessions. Not just this, 2 sessions from 2 verbal sessions and 1 vocabulary session. I want to know how many of you have attended all the sessions. Excellent. Absolutely. Right. It's totally up to you, but my recommendation to you guys, it's totally up to you. Huh? But if you attend all these sessions, whichever I'm taking, including 2 sessions per day and 1 additional extra class, special class which I'm taking, not just in your GATE exam, but even in your engineering services and all the other exams, you will feel extremely competent. Right? Absolutely. So today, once again, we'll meet at 10 in the evening. But before that, what is the time right now? It is 9:45. Right? Yeah, it is 9:45. So at 12, we will going to have a special class on permutation, combination and probability. So today at 12, we'll meet once again. I want you people to be there. We have already created the link. If you want, you can go there and you can like, or whatever you want, you can do. So we'll meet at 12, right? See you guys at 12. And before leaving, I want you people to write down, I am powerful beyond measures. Each one of you, I want you people to write down, I am powerful beyond measures, and see you guys at 12. Grab something to eat. We'll meet within 2 hours, right? See you then. I am powerful beyond measures. Bye-bye, everybody. Take care. Jai Hind.